think that might not be the goal of Heretics. A very slow start to the attack side. Eternal Fire, on the other hand, are looking to get aggressive. 4 players pushing up on A, and it's benjyfishy standing against them all. Not standing for very long.
There you go. He's on the board. Sometimes it takes players a lot longer than that to get their first kill, but Spear already with that aggression. And maybe the start of what could be a very prolific career. Already the utility denied by the veto. Of course, that is something that players are going to have to get used to, but of course, I think Heretics would have known what was coming when they went into this one, and Wu already just looks to take over. The young prodigy has now been around a little bit longer in the form of Wu, but he hasn't gone anywhere. 3 kills in the pistol. All that's, at least for now, is the point of contention, but pressing the button puts Favian under an awful lot of pressure, revealed and forced all the way back. And okay, sure, he'll TP out of there, but he's taken a nasty amount of damage early on. It seems like maybe even part of a game plan. Okay, Spear, welcome to the server. Put a rifle in his hands and 2 heads already gone. A quick double to shut down any pressure on the B site. And now this makes things quite awkward for Heretics, who have 30 seconds to make their move.
Still so much ground to cover as well. 20 on the clock, and Spear still standing. Nice shot onto RieNs. He's taking the round by storm! What? A debut ace in the first 3 rounds! Spear!
Not quite the Navira pistol ace. That he hasn't quite done that, but round number 3. That's all it took for the young Turkish superstar. If you were questioning like, oh, it seems like everybody certainly is now.
First time he touches a rifle, first full buy, and he's got 5. Spear definitely leading the charge for this squad, but here it's audaz taken 2. Great shock dart from nekky. That was his second. The first did damage as well.
You know, these Turkish youngsters have been insane. There you go. There's 1. Now the other 2 from the C side are going to look to surround him, and unfortunately, I don't think he's long for this one. I don't know what. There was a long time
partnership,
ago.
You think? No.
Maybe.
Oh, maybe actually. I don't know. All blurs into 1 at some point. As these rounds will for Heretics, if they keep losing like this, a few spams back, and it looks like there's still some life on the attacking side. Barely any. 15 health between them, and now the spike down, and it's Echo to contend with. I said I was excited for this head-to-head. Well, RieNs has made the wraparound, but as time ticks on, Echo will become aware, and now he's in a position where his back is not exposed. He can look forward and see both angles of approach. RieNs has to land the headshot. 150 health on the other side, but for him, a swift breeze, a sneeze in his direction, and he is gone down. It's going to have to be quick from the Turkish killer of RieNs. He's coming around, catching him off, but that much control. That someone's
and got completely punished for it. Nekky, it's a good position. I thought for a moment he might get a multi-frag. Now looking to try and take the weaponry away, but both players too far back to be caught. Need to clear out the drop, but a wraparound already from Spear. There are lots of players locked in. A missed shot, that's a first. Got the first ace, now the first miss. But he still lives to tell the tale, and his teammates are all encroaching around the back angles. Already evolving is Favian, but it's whether or not they need it. A 2v4 necessary, and although Woot can get 1.
The timeout hasn't changed much. Now some interesting util from Team Heretics! Woot! Got in for 2! Slipped up behind them, and Spear didn't see the knife in the back coming, but hold on. There's an upper. Never mind. Never mind. Woot cleared it. I mean, they just put a prowler through, but for some reason Woot said, "Oh,
break the bank." He can try and make this one costly, but maybe just looking to try and exit.
Streak of Eternal Fire. And again, that seize is going to catch. It's in a different position this time, but Spear cannot catch a break. RieNs ends up with 2.
Controller. He's settled on controller for a long, long time. You can see the value he brings with his utility. Now, nekky has at least been able to find 1. The drone is going to reveal 2 players. He knows that they go,
especially after that reveal being broken. You can only imagine someone from Eternal Fire's on the rotate. audaz miles away, luckily. And that door is still standing in the way of Echo, so he'll have to give himself away if he wants to help out. And it might even be the retake call for Eternal Fire.
Nightfall clears the back. Snakebite in. It's going to slow them down. Echo's done well, but it is only the 1 and done. Time ticking. Plant position is going to be so important. If nekky gets this right, he could just win the round, but he's just off by a millisecond. Wu guarding his teammate's life. And while audaz are going to figure out very quickly exactly where he is. All three players now at the back of the site, and while too many targets. Echo's in a good spot, but he needs a multi-frag and he gets nothing. RieNs also
look at the spike.
Catching out Spear once again. Spike not going anywhere just yet. Favian locking down this backline, but Benji's watching for it. But I think most teams would be hoping for those couple of weeks off. Nekky, good position again, but it's so expected at this point. I think every time they open that door, they're going to go, okay, check unstoppable. The second someone figures them out, it's do they have other layers?
The defense wants to fight.
Oh, the door. audaz will slow them down with the paranoia, but he's been denied by the blast pack. Spear didn't allow them just to make that move for free, though. Weaponry about to be removed, but the timing's not quite there. Players fighting through while they still have the rifles. That's always the problem with a steel gun. It's just a little bit slower than you'd like it to be. And that leaves RieNs left alone. He's had a pretty decent half, but it would need to be the ace if they're going to go in with an advantage. The spams, not far away, and okay, he's got rid of Echo. But that time is ticking down. 20 seconds. Okay, that smoke's now going to fade. But with both players still in the corner, nothing that he can do to clear them. It just has to be immediate headshot! But RieNs pulls it off! The man that always seems to be the god versus Turkish opposition!
This guy on the Viper on this map, the head-to-head with Echo, but my God! What a round to show up in. The lead locked in 7-5 at the halftime. Returnal Fire, the bounce back needed. Let's hear from nekky.
Guys, what are you doing, guys? I'm here. Kalma.
B önüne gitti Fate. Oynayalım hayata. Ağaca girin. Ağaca gir. Backside paranoya da girelim.
Atıyorum backside paranoya. Hemen smoke gel. Soldan geble. Hemen smoke soldan geble. Hemen smoke soldan geble. Bame ver.
Right boş retake oynuyor adamlar. Arka gir. Arka gir. Arka gir.
Evren senin var.
Evren kur.
Evren kurdum.
Beyler arkaya alsın birisi.
Ben alacağım.
Dönüyorlar.
Well, plant secured. Returnal Fire and nekky hearing a lot of steps jumping up top. He knows exactly where they are. That could be a very early flank coming through, but he's still expecting someone to come his way, not fully believing that the forces have gone elsewhere. Now they're starting to realize, great stun goes through. But they only get the one off the back of it. Favian still standing strong with a third and a fourth. On a
I'll be honest, I'm still not over the RieNs one from the last half. I was about to say when he got the kill on RieNs that one is worth 3 kills alone. But what a great aggressive position, but he is alone. Manages one, but it's very quickly traded out. You've also got Boo attempting to be a little bit cheeky from above, and although the reveal is there, the players are too far ahead. Spear now as well, converting onto RieNs. audaz just goes swinging. I don't know if he expected that to be clear at this point, but that's given a footing in this round for Heretics.
Oh, Spear doesn't even go for the slide.
He was meant to be bait.
Yeah, exactly. Runs in to draw the eye, but then just stopped in his tracks to take the kill himself. Wonderful work. Man advantage now for the attackers as the spike ticks on, but it's left into the hands of just nekky. Locked out in main, the smoke at least to fade.
Two players most likely to look for contact versus him. Nice shot already from Wu. They're trying to put the pressure on. The problem is the actual take is going on the other side of the map. That's where the spike is. Okay. Both Boo and RieNs quickly find a couple, and then Boo turns on his wall hacks for a second and removes the head of nekky.
He body tagged him first as well. It was a double tap to take him down. Benji's got another. This could be an end zone. This is an end zone flawless.
He's getting an operator for Echo, so it didn't work out with his last sniper. Oh, I think Wu has just learned that maybe they've invested a bit more into this round than he thought, because that was 2 shots of the Outlaw for him to get that pick. A good advantage for Heretics in this round. Of course, they've just made an incredible amount of credits over the last, and they have Showstopper online. So they're in a pretty good spot. Speaking of good spots.
55, and it's time to go. Eternal Fire, take that control. Benji shutting down Echo at least, but they won't keep control of the site unless Woot can fly under the radar. He's not got the best weapon for being up this close with the Outlaw, and Favian will put him in the ground right away. Any damage done, if it was, which it wasn't, but be healed up right away. For Heretics, they're going to have to play... Oh, never mind. They're not going to play back into the retake. Let's see how they handle this in the 2v2.
Distance, okay?
Neon planted. 30 on Neon.
Just pick this, okay?
Yes.
We play with you later.
Go.
Ready?
1, 2.
Last player standing.
Neon planted.
One enemy remaining.
Nice! You guys
Good
are
fucking
fucking
job.
shit.
The most interesting piece, and he's going alone. And while going alone, he's managed to get them an opener on the B side. But they are not going towards B. He's trying to wrap back around because Koshmaras was waiting. He's denied them, and because of the delay over on the C side, they haven't actually taken anywhere near as much control as you would have hoped they would.
It was interesting. Echo just ran through to break the Prowler to make them think it was the B site, so there's not as many players waiting on C as there could have been. Benji falls with no trade possible, and Heretics are locked out of this site.
Planted.
Man advantage for Eternal Fire, but the Nightfall's going to be put through. One for RieNs, and the Viper's Pit will be there to contend with. Favian standing strong in the corner, and RieNs tagged. Maybe not too low to use that pit, but he's all alone now. It's not looking likely. At least want info early, and now that info should tell you not to peek that again.
Well, it's enough to send a shiver down your spine, but not enough to scare benjyfishy away. Viper's Pit's also been used on C just in case there is an attempt to wrap back in that direction. What a challenge onto Echo. Well, I guess he was more challenging their ground, and because of that, got stuck in the mud. Also, the spike's been trapped before. Weaponry about to be removed, and that's a big problem. Boo has given a further advantage of Spear. Thought he had safe ground instead. Audaz was a little bit delayed. Has value.
This is really dangerous. This is way more dangerous now. They're going to get into B pretty much for free. That Viper's Pit can go down. Now with the man advantage as well, you almost need something to pull that advantage back, and that's the moment that Boo and Woot answer up. Benji starts to slip in. He's already around the pit, and he's dropped Echo outside of it. Pit down, and players down. Eternal Fire crumbling.
11 to 9.
No need for
Defensive side looking to get aggressive. They've revealed everybody. They know the full force of their opposition are there, but dealing with it is another story. An even trade early on. Favian down, but they live to tell the tale on the attack side, and now with so many casualties, they'll look to try and play with those rotations. Now the wall obviously is not moving. It's been in the same spot most rounds from Benji over on B. He has the Thorns, so that's why they're leaving such a massive opening on that side of the map. And putting the pressure onto this double stack up of players, which is exactly where Eternal Fire are about to walk into. Right place, right time, but coming out. Whoa, okay. Of bliss and brilliance, but it looks like that map choice is slipping from their fingers into the hands of RieNs. They look to go. It's only going to be the one this time, which, hey, that's a good enough trade in my books. But the Hunter's Fury has found nothing, and it's an attempted ruse, but that ruse hasn't worked out, and a labored fight now has them running back towards the C side. And you can see, look at where the defenders are. They're like, is it A? Is it C? Is it B? They don't even know where they're going. Left. I don't even think Eternal Fire know where they're going.
Yeah, the problem is because of where that wall is towards A and all the numbers, there's so many gaps now for Heretics. So they need Benji to leave C. They need to play this together. But as time ticks on, you're now worried about that flank coming through, or you have to be. Plant is going to be touched, though, and that's going to tell Heretics exactly where the play is coming in. Now they can group up, play this together, and that's more terrifying considering all that Woot has to do is press X or A.
Showstopper. Could be a problem, but in front of it, I thought for a second he was going to find it. Instead, it's Spear. He trades out a double, looks for one more, but he misses the shots. He gives Benji an opening. Benji maybe having the expectation of a wraparound
45 HP.
instead. But at the time's so low that it almost feels like he needs to go through it. Running back out, and all timing is everything.
Just fully cleared C.
The wall has been baited. TP into the back of the site. Why? It wasn't actually stuck. And instead they're going to pressure onto Benji, but obviously for Favian that's a little bit easier said than done. He can go through those thorns no problem. Showstopper doesn't quite connect, and ooh, for Echo. He's just about going to get out of there, but he walks straight into the hands of RieNs. From above, Woot will catch another with a gap in the smoke. Advantages now starting to look more and more in favor up until they meet Spear. He will quickly find a couple, but even more caught. They look to go for the swing. Now the Nightfall leaves an impossible task. And of course, it's RieNs to close. It's and who but RieNs to be the one to finish things off. One that's commonly played on this map. And Eternal Fire should be one of the best at it. They've always loved the agents they're playing. RieNs hasn't gone anywhere though. He's back at the fade with a point to prove. Boo might be good, but RieNs might just be better. He's got an assist on that third one as well.
Biggest of investments. So still going to be a pretty healthy round here. Spear's been so good, but...
So I wonder if that's going to be a theme going forward, because what this has now meant is that Boo has an operator, and Favian's aggression now means there's another gun on the floor. There's now a
B hit. It would be a perfect play if that's where they take it, but no, they are going to give Echo an opportunity unknowingly.
He sat ready in the corner. Incredibly good in these moments, but this has to be one of the best of them. The trip's going to let him know that's the first, and there's an immediate trade. Woo. It may be a bit of an from then onwards for Heretics to run away with the round. 3-0. Of course,
that's the case. It shouldn't be. And I doubt in his head it's any different. But maybe this. Maybe there's some motivation there. Echo, nice work. He's taking down RieNs, the first death for the fade of Team Heretics. And indeed, Koshmaras will not be able to strike from the shadows. Good work early on for Eternal Fire. And with Woot down, that's most of the danger removed.
It looked like Woot was going for a trick shot. It looks like they're just planning for the retake, but that does leave me a little bit more nervous. You've got Spear on an operator. You also then have Echo, who is 11 HP. A wild spam could take him down. I don't know. I have a feeling that this round might not be over just yet.
Well, they know about the Vice Wall. I'm not sure what you do about that, though. Going up to bait it is risky.
Especially when you're 11 HP.
Yeah, exactly. Like one single shot and the chances of him holding it might be decent, but he's going to wait for the rest of the squad. He can just run through it himself. Of course, the wall doesn't matter if it's behind you, and that's the idea. Benji caught him, and the Thorns have bought time. Out for more was Benji, but he's shut down. Boo now has to do it on his own, and the angle, it's not great to try to get this spam through. He's going to have to fight for the round, and he's done well with the first, suspecting that it's a fake too. And now it's too late. It would have already been diffused, so he knows that time is on his side again. He spots that this is not being diffused, and nekky calls for the save, running with the...
Him being on Omen.
RieNs looks very comfortable in the Prowlers.
It's not the best Prowler. Well, if he could shoot everyone in the head, who needs utility, right? He's still used to playing Viper, you know, after the last round.
This is such a risk, man. Like, if this is a Neon or Yoru, where are you going, bro? You're locked in there with them. The Thorns behind him. Yeah, I didn't expect to see the pushing around back site when you know the hit's coming in on Cypher with no teammates close by. But it was a unique strategy. I don't know if they called it in the pause, but well, everyone who picks up that op dies immediately.
Oh, okay. That's messy. And actually, the aggression as well from Benji obviously took their weapons away. He's bought them time. This definitely won't be the prettiest round Heretics have won if they are to win it, but there's still 2 players left on the other side. Weaponry now back online. That operator has been retrieved once again. Nice shot from Wu. Tracks him all the way. He's a Swamp Viper on the other map.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be chronological. Time is relative, and it's going relatively well for Eternal Fire to start. But maybe not in the midsection. Good return by RieNs. Ult online for him. They can clear a site. They can get the plant. And a very slow round being played out by Woot. He's not had much to do so far.
Let's watch Echo. Where's Echo going to go? There we go. Right to his death. Who could have seen that coming? 15 seconds left. Him throwing that paranoia. He could bait them into going the way he wants. With 52 seconds left, they can really take their time. And then they've also gone in that direction anyway. Thorns... I've actually really enjoyed Benji's Thorns. He seems to hold them so often for those posts.
For Eternal Fire. That said, Heretics were 9-3 down, Fracture, bounce back. Said that before. It was Kosh having a big game. Who is the hero for Eternal Fire? In this round, there must be one. It's a full buy. Audaz, back sight, still fully armed. They've heard him now, but he'll still get one before going down. He's giving them a chance. A lifeline. Echo answering up with another. Trades for now, but benjyfishy is going to find a double. Favian's ult traded out at least. So the numbers in the 2v2 look good. Nightfall through, so there's info there for Heretics. They know where both players are, and the spike's still not planted, so they are just looking for this duel, waiting
30 seconds
for that walkthrough from nekky, and now he's been spotted in the corner. 25, not enough time to go back, but they used the plant to bait Favian out. Playing as individuals is not benefiting Eternal Fire for now, and nekky has no choice but to continue the trend.
Yeah, I feel like play as a team had to be one of the points that was coming through from out from Fire. That shot landed as well. He knows where both of them are. Oh, Spear's at least got the operator again. It's not the greatest talking point at this point.
Well, yeah, last time you said, oh, I haven't really liked his op, but preferred his rifle.
Planted.
Yeah.
But hey, he's got that op, though.
Yeah,
So-
for a retake, they don't have any ultimates to play with.
This goes.
Woot has both a rifle and the tour de force.
And he's starting with tour de force up close like a shotgun.
RieNs is one off having the Nightfall, and I wouldn't be the one gambling on him not to get a singular kill.
That's sickening, to be honest. Oh, now Woot's screwed. His TP's just been taken away. Benji's coming with the U-tail! I thought that Woot was dead to rights, but the Thorn saved his ass, and he sat on this. How is he alive?
No.
He tried to knife Favian to close this half out. The disrespect palpable.
While making a tweet. They need to win this pistol round, and many more. And Boo's already started off with a bang. Okay, Koshmaras swinging in to the blender.